It's just a background thing. It's nice to hear my family was excited about it, but the real work is still to be done. So it's one of those things that I still need to earn. It's not done yet, so I try not to think about it until maybe after the season.
There were more position players on the list from ASU than any other school. Was that kind of a thought of maybe a little bit of motivation of we have the dudes, now we just got to go win the games?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even take that post for us to realize that. I mean, we knew that in the fall that our offense was, could compete with any offense in the nation. And we've been firm in that. We realize that is one of our strengths, and that's something that we've tried to build over the past couple months.
With some underclassmen like Ian Vu and Isaiah Jackson, obviously got some good reps last year, but as a veteran guy in the outfield, have you been able to, pass any along advice to make things a little bit simpler this year?
Yeah, a lot of it's just game knowledge a little bit. I mean, I think those guys are way more talented than I was when I was 19, 20 years old, and so, they're going to be on their own path. They're probably going to be, they're already leagues above where I was at that age. So a lot of it's just being able to relax through the game and slow the game down, and those are the things that I try to bring as an older guy. But as far as like mechanical experience or reps, I mean, they've already got it. They're dudes.
What do you kind of see your role as being in starting out the season here?
I mean, one thing I need to get on base, and I need to put together really quality at bats, and if I can complete that, then step two is just be a real nuisance on the bases. Having me in the back of the pitcher's mind will only help our offense. It's going to get our guys more fastballs over the plate, and then hopefully I can get myself in scoring position and just rack up RBIs for all the dudes behind me. And then also I just need to be a legit defender. We play at a big field, and it plays fast, and that's something that I've had to work on over the past couple months, and something I've seen a lot of progress in my game with. And then lastly, it's a leadership thing. We have a young squad, and keeping morale up, realizing there's going to be losses. It's going to happen, but we're a good team, and we can come back from anything. We're never out of it. So that kind of stuff.
Is it a motivating factor for you coming to a Power 5 conference school and a school that's got a great place in college baseball history?
Yeah, it wasn't even so much the Power 5 conference. It's more the name ASU baseball. I grew up in Colorado where, there's only Air Force in northern Colorado. So like the premier Western baseball growing up that I heard about was ASU. Right. And so it's been a dream of mine to come here for a long time, and it took me a little longer than a lot of other people, but I'm really, really excited to finally be here. This is something I grew up watching when I was a kid, like in the College World Series. Yeah. And now to come on TV, you always see ASU. So.
How about the USF pipeline? I mean, Keishel and Stevenson last year came here and did great jobs, and now you and Demera this year.
Yeah, they set the bar really high for us, and I was excited. Me and Mario Demera, we would have their games on all the time if we had a chance, if we weren't playing at the same time, especially Friday nights because we never played at night. So, 6 p.m. came around, and we would turn their games on and just make sure the boys were doing well. And it was awesome to see them have a successful year and see them get to play at the next level. And so, now we're just trying to live up to the name.
Does what Luke did last year give you and Mario the confidence that, like, okay, yeah, for sure, we can step up and do a damn good job? Yeah,
absolutely. But Luke's a special player, and I've known he was a special player since his freshman spring. When he got to USF, and so seeing him do well did not shock me at all. I mean, that guy, we could have sent that guy to the Yankees, and he probably would have been all right. So. But yeah, seeing him being able to adapt well, it makes it a little bit more comforting for us. And then he also gave us a lot of good information about the guys and the culture of the team that just made me feel more comfortable making my decision when I was in the transfer portal, and then also making my adjustment period while I was here a lot more comfortable.
So you did sound them out for advice when you were in that process?
Yes.
What were some of the things he told you about Willie and Peraza and Jaffe and Goff?
Well, one of the big things is that they talk about winning like a lot, and they mean it. It's a winning culture here, and that's the historic culture of ASU. And so one of the things he told me is that like the guys here are dialed in to win, to win games. It's not about personal accolades or draft stock. It's about getting wins for the program and getting wins for the guys you're playing with. And that's the end all be all goal of this team this year, which I'm excited. And the team last year, they came up a little bit short, but they played a full season of good baseball.
To be able to see the leap that Luke took last year in his game, to be able to get to the second-round draft pick, what about through working through the offseason, about the way that ASU goes about things in terms of practicing and routine and things like that? Have you noticed that can have help you get to that next level that you're aspiring to get to?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, first thing is the facilities here are gorgeous. I mean, we have really state-of-the-art facilities, so being able to have 2 fields and a whole hitting facility just gives me I mean, I can come in here whenever I want, 24 hours a day if I'd like to. So one, it gives me the opportunity to get the work in that I need to, and two, the great thing about ASU, and I don't know that a lot of other schools have this, is you have, especially during this off season, you have minor league and big league guys walking around here all the time picking their brains. I mean, Brett Wallace is in here every day. I mean, we've kind of gotten used to it, and oh, it's Coach Wallace. No, that's Brett Wallace. That's 2-time Pac-10 Player of the Year, San Diego Padre. Like, play with that, or you talk to that guy, and you get loads of information. So that, and then obviously head coach, 14-year big leaguer. I mean, come on, not a whole lot more, not a lot of better wells of information than this place right here.
You've mentioned the history of the program. We've heard it from every other sport about the last season of the Pac-12. Do you think it's maybe a little bit different for you guys, given that ASU has kind of been the class of Pac-12 baseball for so long? Would it mean a lot to go out as champions?
Yeah, absolutely. I have no doubt that ASU will, when I'm gone, ASU will take that into the Big 12 and become the class of the Big 12. But Pac-12 baseball right now is what it. I mean, that's where we are right now. So we gotta just kind of keep our eyes kind of at that nice 45-degree angle right in front of us, and looking into the future can only hurt. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But right now, we're all we're worried about is winning. Yeah.